We are surrounded by a world of fascinating people who all share the same thing in common. And I have the pleasure of sharing their stories. I'm Wanda Ryan, and welcome to my show.
Walking down the street, I see it everywhere. Summer's already here, and we're feeling fine. Drive around in the vest with the top down, and turn the radio up, it's 2 up tonight. In the sun, sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun, sun in the summertime. Everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day.
Welcome to That Wanda Ryan Show. I'm Wanda Ryan, and I have a very special guest here today. Halifax Canadian native Jon Mullane is an award-winning singer-songwriter, innovator, and an advocate for the mental health. He released 5 successful albums and singles, including the latest 2023 EP, California, that features sun in the summertime, a very catchy and infectious coastal culture track of relevance with the times, and a very cool summer track, I must say, indeed. Jon's music was on the top 40 billboard charts in Canada and featured in numerous television shows, commercials, and sporting events, including My American Girl, which is one of my favorite tracks as well. Jon Mullane is one of the most charismatic and humble human beings I had the pleasure to ride the waves with and work together on our musical journey. Thank you, Jon, for joining us, and welcome to the show.
Hi, Wanda. I'm really glad to be here.
We're all glad you're here. Let's start with your childhood. What were your favorite memories growing up, and who were the people that mentored and influenced you?
When I was very, very young, I was not a musical person. I was a sports person. And we've covered this before about the hockey playoffs going on now. My big things were hockey in the winter and tennis in the summertime. And I was not that great of a hockey player, a good ground hockey player, but quite a good tennis player. So it wasn't until about 12 years old, when I moved to a new neighborhood, there was this band that guys a bit older than me, and they had drums, guitars, bass, and it was so electric, and that inspired me so much, get into music. So I didn't really have mentors or anyone saying to me, oh, you should do this, you should do that. It was kind of like a lot of it was self-directed, but it was drawn from the inspiration of the power of rock music, essentially.
Just curious though, during your high school days, we had Battle of the Bands, and we had a subject called music, which was mandatory. Did you also have that in Halifax?
I remember the only school music that I participated in was choirs, which I hated. There was no modern or contemporary music, and that's why I think I wasn't onto it early until I say I was 12. Once I got into my own band, playing through high school and that sort of thing, that's all I thought about.
Let's talk about Make You Move and the Beijing Olympics.
Wow. A career goes up and down, any career goes up and down, whatever level you're at. And I had some national attention. In the 90s, I even was interviewed in Much Music, when Much Music. I didn't have a lot of rotation on my videos, but I was, we were doing it, right? And then there was a lull, and then I had some hearing issues, with tinnitus and that sort of thing. Make You Move was a result of me coming back to my rock roots. And I recorded it as a single. I had previously met with the music supervisors from NBC in Halifax. They were coming down for the film festival, and they were actually organizing meetings with musicians. They liked one of my songs called Go the Distance, but then when I sent them Make You Move, they really thought, we love this, we're going to use it in the commercials promoted in the Beijing Olympics. And when that happened, I'll tell you, that single thing, that elevated my profile immensely. Even though I'd released a few albums before that, I'd done some pretty big concerts, I'd been on the radio, all that stuff. That thing alone really elevated a lot, and I'm very grateful for that. It's amazing how one thing can make a difference like that.
Absolutely.
move. I'm gonna make you move. In the midnight blue, we're gonna make it through. And I'm gonna make you move.
Born Beautiful. Tell us about that song.
That's I've told this story actually recently quite a bit because I've been on some songwriter circles, and that sort of inspiration from that song came from both my background and a Facebook friend. This person, who was a very pretty young girl, posted something like, "I wish I was not as pretty outside because I really want people to love me for who I am inside." And that really, really touched me. Someone who feels bad about what they look like, even though they look very nice on the outside. They just want that recognition of who they are inside. I combined that with my days when I was very young. I was kind of bullied, and that sort of thing, and had some anxiety issues and all that. So I felt like self-empowerment is kind of an important thing coming out of these types of things. So we were writing, myself and Creighton Doan, my producer, writer friend, we were writing music for my album Shine at that time. And so I used that inspiration to come up with that song. It's really touched a lot of people, in a very positive way. I'm very happy with that, very proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I listened to it 3 times in a row today, and every time I listen to it, it really touches my heart in so many ways, because we are all broken at certain times in our life, and things don't always go the way they should, and sometimes you do feel like you want to hide inside and crawl into a ball, and you just don't feel that you're good enough for whatever reason. Such an incredible and powerful song. Well done to that one, Jon. You've also partnered with some great organizations with Born Beautiful.
Correct.
And what were they?
When that song was released, I was basically living in the U.S. And so I partnered a little bit with the Canadian Mental Health Association, but there's another association in the U.S. called the Campaign to Change Direction. And they also have a sister association called Give Now. And that's for veterans who are in need of mental and emotional support. As a very progressive association, they put out basically an awareness campaign. So if you're having any issues, before it gets too bad and you get too down or too afraid, they have these warning signs, these things to look for. And I really like that idea of being proactive and having the conversation. When I was growing up, people almost didn't even know what a panic attack was, or people thought they were crazy. And just the fact that almost everyone has these issues at some point in their life at varying as degrees of severity. Having the conversation, I think, is so important, and this is what this association was initiating. So we did some work together. I actually performed at one of their events, and I met Pam Dauber. Remember Mork and Mindy?
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, she's part of one of their partners. They have a number. Brian Wilson is one of their musical partners. Chris Stapleton. Believe me, I'm in very, very good company with that, and that was important for me.
Absolutely wonderful. And I've got the National Alliance of Mental Health and the Canadian Mental Health Associations as well. We're going to have those links to support all you wonderful, beautiful, shiny people out there. It's a real thing.
You wanna know why you were living a lie? It was so long ago. How could you know you were nobody's child? And all of your life, you don't even cry. Left out on your own, try to make it alone, but you wanted to fly. Don't wait all of your life. The only love you know is hiding in your soul, but it was never enough for all the ones that you love. You're born beautiful. Don't ever let it go. The inner child you know.
I was watching Live Aid. What an amazing concert, and obviously for an extraordinary cause.
Yeah.
It brought back a lot of memories and reminded me of some iconic musicians that, unfortunately we lost Freddie Mercury. And I would say that based on that, I love Radio Gaga by Queen. It's such a summer, I don't know if it was written for summer, but it's a great summer tune.
Yeah.
And I love everything that the Cars do.
They had a song that was in the lyric, actually. Summer, 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 summer. Yeah, I remember that song.
Yes.
Yeah, great stuff.
Yes. And you just reminded me of Spirit in the Sky by Norman Greenbaum.
I like that song a lot.
I love that song.
That's one of the reasons I want to release the summer song when I did, because it feels like those types of songs, whether they're directly related to the summer or just released in the summer and have a nice, happy vibe, I feel like we're lacking those, And
yeah.
I feel they're important songs because everyone can relate and just maybe escape for a few minutes into this song.
To be a little bit happy. Moments of happiness, I always say.
It's very important.
My new favorite summer song is Jon Mullane's Sun in the Summertime. Fantastic track. This song was released in the summer last year of 2023.
Yep.
It's been duly noted. It's an infectious pop rock track relevant to the times, of course. It has that sensual, decadent flavor of summer sunshine love. Take us back on your experience of creating this new summer sensation, Jon.
I touched on it when I was very, very young and impressionable and listening to all kinds of music from different decades and everything. I always loved those summer songs. Poor and Beautiful is more representative of what I do musically. When I go back and forth, heavier and lighter, that doesn't sound like a summer song at all. I needed to find a way to do what I want to do with the summer song and at the right time. So, as you know, we went through a pandemic and the music business, a lot of business just went away, or it just really, really was a bad time.
Yeah.
So I felt like I didn't really feel inspired to write music so much and what's going to be next. And I certainly didn't want to put anything too serious. I thought, well, maybe it's time, this is around 2022. I thought maybe it's time to kind of think about writing that summer song that I've always wanted to write. Combine all my influences with modern production. And I worked with a really talented songwriter named Jim Geltzer. He co-wrote the song with me, the lyrics, and we were working on this idea for a while. Came up with a demo in 2022, and I performed it live before anything recorded it, and it was very well. That was August of 2022. So I figured I'm going to hang on to it for the next year. We'll get it over the winter time and get it polished the way we want, and released it last year. And again, I lived in California, and I wanted to put something in a collection of songs that were related to California. And even though I wasn't living in California when I wrote this, it certainly reflects my experiences in California and the people I met. I mean, my guitar player, his father-in-law is Brian Wilson, Rob, down in California, Los Angeles. I mean, there's 6 degrees of separation here. He's a great artist. He's got great harmonies and stuff in his music. So I've been affected and influenced by all those things. Felt like it's time to release a happy, fun, upbeat summer song. Maybe people will connect with that. It's a little deeper than it really seems. It seems on the surface it's just very superficial and all that stuff, but there's a lot of hidden influences in there. There's a lot of messaging basically saying, come in here, escape for a while, and feel good. That's what it's all about.
I'm going to read a quote by you, which I thought was quite interesting.
Okay.
I've always aspired to write a summertime anthem when I was in my teens. It was a time where we always had a song of the summer on the radio that became a part of the fabric of our lives and life experiences, creating vivid images of surf, sand, and driving around.
I mean, how many people can relate to that, right?
Yeah.
It's just what it's all about.
So cool. I want to congratulate you, Jon, on the win for Best Male Artist in the recent California Music Video and Film Awards and Best Video. The video was directed by Martin Noel.
Correct.
I also read somewhere where the viewer's name, Sun in the Summertime, was also recognized as a salute to California's influenced music and performers. Wow.
Well,
it's a big deal.
That whole California Music Video and Film Awards, that's a really great organization. In fact, Born Beautiful won the Best Video Male Solo Artist back in 2018 there. So that's my second award there. And we were in San Francisco for that. But that's where they originate. They have this whole network, I guess you could say, and it's about, I think, music. The show is called Music California, and they play music videos, and they evoke the California lifestyle. This show gets shown all over PBS stations all over the U.S. It brings that California lifestyle into people's hearts, and I think everyone loved that. You know?
Yeah, no, that's really awesome. Sun in the Summertime will also be featured in a television movie called Love Unleashed, and it's a romantic comedy produced and directed by Peter Foldy. And when is it set to air, John?
That's set to, I can't have an exact date, but it's in September of this year.
And where can we find it?
I believe it's going to go to the Amazon Prime, the Roku, all those platforms, direct to those. It'll be readily available to most people to watch.
There you go, folks. It's going to be on Netflix, Amazon Prime, Roku channel. Can't wait to see the movie and hear John's Sun in the Summertime song.
I'm looking forward to that.
I think it's appropriate to give a big shout out to Peter Foldy, who is also a celebrated Canadian artist and a brilliant filmmaker. Peter is the one who introduced you and I, John.
Yes.
Again, I think it's always important to signify the connections and see how people and ideas are brought forth together, because I always say dream work makes the team work. I'm so grateful that he did connect us, and we are all still continuing to work together. You in the movie, Peter has a new song coming out. That's pretty awesome.
No, it is. It's amazing how, again, that's 6 degrees of separation. Peter's a great guy. Met him this past year. We've never met in person, actually. We've just met kind of, through the phone and online and chats. Peter's a really great guy, great artist, great songwriter, all that stuff, and very, very good movie director and producer as well. So glad that all our paths have kind of intertwined here.
Exactly. It's like the synergy. It just makes sense how the puzzle pieces are connecting.
Totally.
So what's next for you, John? What's next for you and your future endeavors?
Well, right now we're just getting ready for the relaunch of the summer single on the first day of summer, which is 21st or 20th and 20th. I'm going to be doing some concerts in Atlantic Canada. I'll be heading down to Los Angeles in a few months. I'm going to go to Nashville. I'm actually up for a few awards down there as well. There's something called the Josie Music Awards. I just found out I'm nominated for 3 awards, including the music video was nominated for in there as well. Connections in Nashville, I'll be doing some co-writing and maybe even performing down there and working on a couple of new songs. There's some projects out there that I'm really looking forward to.
Really awesome. I'm really looking forward to more. And just for all you beautiful people out there, you can also hear Jon Mullane's music on our Slice of Canada radio series, which airs on 2 different radio stations here in Canada and in the United Kingdom, and at Daily Lines of Courage Entertainment, where you will find a link below. Now, don't forget to support the artists and download their music at iTunes. Really, we need to support our independent artists because they give us so much love and they put in everything and sacrificed everything to be able to connect and unite us together in song. And subscribe to their Spotify channels. John, what if somebody wants to order a copy of your album, whether it's California or if it's singles? Where can we find it?
On my website, I have a link to my Bandcamp site.
Bandcamp.
Jon Mullane, www.jonmullane.com/Bandcamp. And almost all my albums are on there. You can order their hard copies very easily. I think we talked about this. If someone wanted a copy signed, they just have to write a note in the box there when they do the order, and I'll sign copies as well. So Bandcamp.
Wonderful. I'll definitely be ordering at least one from Mr. Mullane here. I mean, I'm having such a great time, but we're coming to the end. John, again, congratulations on your many achievements. Thank you for sharing your journey with us. It's been absolutely amazing.
It's been really fun one. I really enjoyed this talk.
So we would love to have you back on the show again soon, maybe towards the Christmas season, because we can talk about your Christmas album.
Yeah, I'll probably be doing some Christmas shows as well at that time.
And we don't want to even think about Christmas, but of course it will come.
Right,
So-
it will. After the heat wave.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, we're going to end this show with John's signature summer anthem, Sun in the Summertime. So enjoy the show, and thank you for tuning in. Thanks again, John.
Thank you.
Walking down the street, I see it everywhere. Summer's already here, and we're feeling fine. Drive around in the vest, with the top down and turn the radio up. It's due up tonight. In the sun, sun, sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun, sun, sun in the summertime. Everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day. Surf's up, way up, we're catching a wave. Lying on the beach in the sweet summer air, sitting round the fire, singing hey, yeah, yeah. Everyone's having fun, living life without our care. In the sun, sun, sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun, sun, sun in the summertime. Everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day. In the summertime, everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day. Sun, sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun, sun, sun in the summertime. And everything is so fine.